Welcome to the Juantastic Show. I'm your host, Juan Kilala, and today I have Miss Jo. How are you doing, Miss Jo?
Very good. Thank you so much for having me here.
So, what were your origins? What inspired you to be in this business?
Yeah, so just to give you an introduction of myself, I am Hyun, a graphic designer and a creative concept developer. I am working for branding and packaging designs for a new platform robot ping pong.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah.
That's pretty cool. And so, what inspired you to get into this? Like, did anything inspire you from your childhood? Like, what did your parents do as a living? Did that inspire you at all, or?
Oh, well, just to give you an idea, I am a designer who's actually focusing on the visuals and designs of the product. But to give you an idea of the creator of ping pong, actually it's Dr. Sang-bin Im from South Korea.
Okay.
And he's actually an award-winning researcher at humanoid robot, Hubo. And he is actually ranked in the first in the 2015 DARPA robotic competition. So he's a brilliant robot engineer. And he's been actually providing the educational robot for 2000, I think for 12 years to 2000 schools in South Korea.
Really?
Yeah, so he's actually, now finally he could develop a new platform robot.
And he's really experienced at this, I'm guessing, right?
Oh, yes. Yes, pretty sure.
So, where are you from?
I am from South Korea.
South Korea?
Yes.
And how was your childhood growing up, you know? Did you, from the get-go, did you want to do this, or were you planning to do something else?
I always wanted to be a part of some creative force. I wanted to be a creative force for cool products, such as robots or toys or anything.
Yeah.
And Dr. Im was really a good opportunity for me to be a part of this ping pong robot frame to be a designer. Yeah.
All right. So, and I'm guessing when you went to college, you did this kind of thing where
I'm really a graphic designer. Yeah, and I'm more like a creative concept developer.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay, that's interesting. So, what is Robot Factory?
Robot Factory is a company that was established in 2017 in South Korea by Dr. Sang-bin Im.
Okay.
That develops and manufactures a robot frame. It's a new robot frame that you can just build any kind of robot with just a single module frame.
Just a single.
Yeah, and through this single module frame, the Robot Factory is really challenging the small robot market all around the world.
So would you say you guys are like one of the most popular?
Oh, we are just starting.
You're just starting.
Yeah, we are exploring, and however, we are pretty sure that this will be a new sensation for the smart toy robot market.
Okay, so far, what has your company developed?
So our company has developed this smart toy robot called Ping Pong. Yeah, so and it's a new toy robot for little kids aged 5 to 9, but also it can be a great educational coding robot for students and schools. But anybody who wants to build their own robotic models, this will really enlarge their creative makers activities. Yeah.
And I actually looked on the website and I saw like all the different models of what you guys were offering, and it just all stems from this, correct?
Yes, that's correct.
Okay, that's really cool. And can you talk about some of your most famous models so far?
Most famous models. It's really hard because basically we are providing this platform, and with this platform you just can build anything, literally any models. Yes.
Based off just one
single module. Yes. The cubes that are used for building the models are exactly the same.
Oh really? Oh.
Yeah.
So you can make something like so large like that it can fill up this entire room.
Yes,
potentially.
as long as you have the idea. Yeah.
So it's literally endless. Okay, so how do you start building this? How do you operate the robot?
Yeah.
Can you please demonstrate?
Sure, of course. So Ping Pong has this cube. This is the single module that we have. Yes. So all you have to do is really assemble the whole thing together with this cube. And let me show you this. And there are two ways to control the robot. One is by IR remote controllers.
Right.
But another one is through this ping pong app. And if you see this.
Okay.
Yeah.
So either or, you can use the app or the remote to control it, right?
Yes.
Mind if I
That's
can
correct.
take a look at the module for a
Sure,
sec?
sure.
So, can you give me a brief explanation of how you? So I'm guessing this part is where you connect like one of the parts, right?
Yes, that's correct.
And what about any other things like these plus signs? Do they mean
Oh
anything?
yeah, actually we also have the links and accessories here. As you can see, the wheels and the links. That's how you actually put all the pieces together.
Okay, that's interesting.
Yeah.
That's interesting.
Yeah.
And you can also build off of those pieces, right?
Oh yes, and also you can always build and customize your own links through 3D printings.
Oh, that's so cool.
Yes.
So what does this set apart from other robotic building kits? For example, like in your department stores, how does this set apart from other ones, potentially at least?
Potentially. So right now, really, the strong part of ping pong is that you can just literally make everything with a single module. And for example, I'm just gonna show you how to actually assemble.
Yeah.
Is it okay?
Yeah.
Yeah. And when you assemble, actually, you have 5 different shapes on the surface. And then if you follow the shapes, that's gonna be the direction for assembling. So for example, now you see the star shape.
Yeah.
So I'm just gonna find the star shape
Okay.
and then put it together.
And if you want to build something as large as something like, for example, Legos, right?
Yes.
Yeah. So if you wanted to build something as large as, for example, to take this entire
Yes.
table,
Yes.
how difficult can it be? Can you adjust the parts like easily, or are there some parts that are more complex than others?
I think it will be a little bit more complex than others. However, but I mean, the robot engineers like Dr. Hyun or the kids would love to build the future scientists.
Yeah.
They can probably figure that out. I'm pretty sure.
But you guys want to make it as easy as you possibly can, right?
Yes, exactly. Because we are now targeting the little kids.
Right.
And as you can see, it only takes a minute to just assemble one model.
Yeah.
And so that way little kids can just play around.
That's so
and
cool.
Yes.
Yeah. From
So-
when I was younger, I really didn't have this, and just to see this now, all of the kids from this generation, just to be able to do that, I think it really allows them to get into this type of thing and potentially get more people
Yes.
into the workforce of
Yes,
this type of
exactly.
thing.
Yes.
So,
yeah.
yeah, okay, so that's cool. And this is just the beginning, right?
Yeah, it's just the beginning. So now you have to turn on, and you can just turn on by press the yellow button.
Okay.
Once. And now they're on, as you can see.
With the green
and
light.
now you gotta. If you go to the ping pong app, actually there are 4 different options, and they're the basic G series that we are presenting right now. And it's G2, 3, 4, 6. They're basically the number of the cube.
Oh, okay.
And because we have 2 cubes, we're going to select 2 cubes. And we have bunch of different models that you can build with 2 cubes.
Damn.
But we're going to choose autocar. And now this is autocar. So all we have to do is now connect the robot to the app. And if you see, there's number 1 and 2.
Right.
And number 1 is
is
the
the third?
head.
The head. Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
yeah. So actually the whole body will be controlled by the head. So I'm going to appoint number 1 by clicking twice. And now
It's
it's
on.
on. Yes.
Okay.
And the body, the rest will be.
So for everything that you build, there's always going to be a head.
Yes.
Okay.
Always gonna be the head, and that will basically control the whole body.
Okay.
Yes.
Did you so what was the first, like, do you remember like the first model you guys ever created for this?
I am really a designer.
Right.
Yeah, I am more focusing on the visuals
On
and
the
the
visuals.
looks of the product.
And to make sure that the children can build it as easily as possible.
Yes.
Right.
Yes. So the engineer part is more for the doctors.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. Yes. So yeah.
So do you have any ideas about how this can benefit children educationally in schools?
Yeah. So now coding education begins with learning a language.
Right.
And in order to enhance the students' interest and the ability to connect with the real world, the educational coding robots are needed. But now what they're using is like basically two-wheeled motorized models,
Right.
which students can initially engage with, but then easily lose their interest because the function is either too limited.
To them.
Yes, or it's too simple, and it's
Right.
because of
And
the
they want to
price.
have a challenge,
Yeah.
yeah.
However, with ping pongs, they just can basically build anything because you can actually build this into many various forms. Yeah. In addition, they can always, as I said, they can always build and customize their own links and accessories with 3D printings. So that way, in depth of the fun part and the coding can be maintained more reliably than all the other robots.
I see. And do you think personally that this can lead to, since technology is advancing so quickly these days, do you think this is a good transition for younger kids to get into that and potentially help with our civilization advancing and etc.?
Yes, I
Yes.
truly believe that. Also, well, now if you see the cube itself, also this cube is, it looks like a toy right now,
Right.
but the cube itself has its own CPU and sensor and motors and the power, so it can really be actually an IoT thing. Yeah, so it's a new robot platform that can actually connect to many different things.
And businesses can actually use it for industrial use.
Oh yes, exactly. And also kids can actually connect this model to their software such as C language and Java and Scratch. That
really?
way
Oh.
they can learn their coding education.
That was so cool. We didn't have that. So as a designer, how long did it take you guys to create such a compact device?
I believe it just took the Dr. Ian for entire his life.
Oh wow, okay. And how old is he?
I think he's early 40s.
Oh, 40?
Maybe middle.
That's not bad.
Yeah, but the basic G series, actually, it was established in 2017, so
right.
it took about two years.
Wow,
now.
that's surprisingly quick.
And I can actually give you some history of the models.
Oh, yeah, sure.
Yeah. So as you can see,
That's the oldest model?
yes.
And for the oldest model, do they use the exact same parts as they do now, or is it just way more basic?
I think it's more advanced, of course.
Right.
Yeah, and they just really study and then challenge themselves.
Do you know if they released some of the first versions of it to the public and then they got feedback, or did you guys keep on? No.
No.
Oh. Is this the first version that they're actually releasing to the
Yes.
public? Okay.
So this is the final version of the first generation of ping pong, I would say.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay. So when you guys of course you're a designer. So when you were designing some of these parts, what did you have to take in mind?
Oh, my part was to give the right representative colors because when I first met Dr. Songbin Im, he already had the cubes and the links ready.
Right.
Yeah, so and the cubes are basically very simple because he designed them to maximize the extensibility, right? So I just had to pick the right colors so that way it will actually look more presentable to
Right.
the real consumers, especially for younger
Younger
generation.
kids.
Yes.
So are you in charge of like how it should look aesthetically to make it as pleasing as possible?
Exactly. And this is the result.
That's pretty cool. That is pretty cool.
Yes.
That does. I like black. That is pretty cool.
Yeah, and the cube is black because once you build a model, the black color really holds everything together,
Right.
and you can actually see the motions and movements very clear.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and with this highlights of the links and wheels, the combination of the two, visually speaking, you just cannot miss it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That really looks. It looks really sleek. Yeah, it really does. It really
cool.
does. So, do you know if do you guys know if you guys have perfected the module, or are there some tweaks that you guys can still make?
I think it will be even more advanced. We see more potential with it. It's just the first attempt of us actually introducing this module.
To the public?
Yeah, to the public. That way kids can play with it. But I'm pretty sure the more the users discover, I think it will eventually grow bigger. It will actually transform into various forms.
Right.
Yes.
And how about aesthetically? Do you guys
Aesthetically.
anything at all you would like to change, or are you good?
I'm pretty sure actually the more colors, and more patterns will actually come follow. Yeah, but it's really up to we're providing the platform,
Right.
so it's really up to the makers who are using their creativity
Right.
and their ideas, and it will actually grow together.
So, briefly, I know that when it comes to this kind of stuff, when it comes to aesthetics, I know that companies will search up things, like search up statistics and do statistics about what is the most pleasing to people right now. And is that what you guys did?
Yes, but we are actually focusing on the little kids.
Right.
And in this case, actually, simple is better.
Simple as better. Yeah, makes sense. Makes sense.
That's why we are starting with this very basic and simple cube. Yeah.
So you guys decided to target towards children, right, as your market, right? So why children?
Because Dr. Im, he had this passion to introduce the software coding education for the next generation.
Right.
Yeah,
Makes sense.
and he wanted to actually make a platform so that the little kids can actually naturally come and play with it and then grow with
the product.
Yeah.
Oh, that's cool.
Yes.
That's very smart. So how does this help with things like IoT?
IoT, yeah, as I told you before, now this has own CPU, battery, motor sensors, and so it's a really platform that can be used as an IoT. And if you see the part, this part here on Cube,
Yeah.
you see this extension port.
Right.
And this is actually designed to connect with any kind of sensors.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, so actually Ping Pong is a platform robot that can be cope with any kind of device with solution utilizing IoT technology.
I see. So, but when you got later on in the years, you guys plan to expand even more, right? And you got, with those sensors, it can go to other things as well.
Exactly.
And hopefully, do you guys hope to expand to where you can affect other industries, like for example, like the movie industry, just for example?
Oh, absolutely.
Absolutely.
Absolutely. Yeah, we see the whole potential. It's really our first attempt to really introduce.
Yeah, and I can really see that this can really go to other things like
Yes.
like I don't know, like laundry machines, just to make it easier.
Yeah. Or even artists can make their own artwork
Out
with
of this.
Yes.
Oh, that's really interesting.
Yeah, thank
And
you.
I'm assuming the creator of this, what's his name again?
Sangbin Im.
Okay.
Yeah.
And he really thought of this, huh? About all the possibilities of, oh yeah, this can be a really big thing.
Yes, absolutely.
Okay. And anything else that you would like to add? For example, like any other history? If you had any difficulties sending it out to the public or advertising it or anything like that?
We are still working on advertising
Right.
the part. Yeah, but we are actually getting it. We are having our own YouTube channel and our Instagram.
Oh, really?
Yeah. So we're really trying to, make it look familiar to other people. Yeah.
Do you think you guys are going to be successful soon? Do you think the public will really like this? Because I really feel like the public will really like this. It looks so sleek, and thank you for that, by the way. It looks so sleek. It looks very appealing to the eye, and it just seems so simple, but not too simple to where you get bored of it quickly.
Exactly.
Right.
Yeah. Yes. I mean, it looks simple, like you said, but actually, this cube is not just a cube.
Yeah,
you
you can do so much with it.
Yes, it's like a total brain. Yeah.
So in South Korea, at least, how well known is it?
Right now, we haven't really launched yet,
Right.
but we are in the process of really launching.
Okay.
Yeah, yeah. However, we went to the this trade show in Germany and in England, so that the buyers and the people who are interested in the new technology can actually come and see.
Oh, okay.
Yes.
Well, that's really interesting. Well, thank you so much, Ms. Cho, for
Thank you.
coming here today. Well, I'm your host, Juan Kilala, and thank you for watching The Juantastic Show. You can watch more clips like this on KBEV Spectrum 6 or the YouTube channel, The Juantastic Show. Again, I'm your host, Juan Kilala, and thank you, Ms. Cho, for coming here.
Thank you.